Hi Nia. Hi Kenton. It's Papa again. It's been 79 days since you guys were taken from us and we were no longer allowed to have contact with you anymore. It's been pretty hard. It still is, it always will be. Grandma is having a hard time. She just had to bury her daddy. So it just compounded how much she misses you and just wishes she could give you a hug and take care of you, sing her silly songs with you. She's having a really, really rough time. Auntie Ducky, Auntie Roro miss you. Uncle Gabe, Lilo miss you. Lilo still looks for you guys. One thing I had to stop doing was saying your names out loud because she would jump up and go looking around, sniffing out the room or at the door or go outside. It just kind of sets her off looking for you guys. I also got these guys that miss you. Remember them? You got Peeps, you got Kenton's Peep, Nia's Peep. You got Mushroomy, Fishy, Chocolatey, and Lillacorn. I'll bring everybody out. In the other room, you got Horsey, you got Paresh the giraffe, you got Doggy and Wolfie. Doggy and Wolfie, they're two different ones. You also have the Tonka truck, the bike. We all miss you. We all love you so much. Papa wanted to talk to you today about something that I thought about over the weekend that just reminded me of the situation that we're in. Fireflies. Papa grew up in Brooklyn, New York during the 70s, 80s, 90s. And I would just go out to the country house out on Long Island, my grandmother's house in South Hall. We would see these things that we usually didn't see in Brooklyn, fireflies. They were these beautiful little bugs that would be out in the meadows and fields. And if you just sat there, you would just see all of them. The entire field would just light up. Of course, being a boy, it was funny. We would see these little bugs and you'd find out these little bugs had these little butts. And with these little butts, they would just light up. They have something called bioluminescence. Papa got that on the first try. You should be proud of him. And it was beautiful. It still is, though I don't see very many these days anymore. And one of the reasons that is because people would see this beauty. People would see this and they would love it. People then mostly kids, but anybody would take a jar and catch the firefly and catch another one and another one and another one and another one. And they would take it to an area where there were no fireflies just so they could light it up. Some people would shake it. Some people would take it back to their homes. Now what they should have done was release the fireflies so that everybody could see and enjoy the fireflies and the fireflies could live their life the way it should be lived. But a lot of people didn't. A lot of people would take the fireflies, take them home, maybe punch a few holes in there. The fireflies would last a few days and they would throw them out. The fireflies didn't have access to air, food, its natural resources. The other fireflies, they would just be trapped inside this jar. And that's where they would die. Now that person didn't really have bad intent. They didn't want the fireflies to die. If the firefly lived 1,000 years inside that jar, they'd be happy. But they didn't think about the firefly. Any of the fireflies. They just thought about themselves. They wanted the fireflies. They wanted the light for themselves. They wanted to control the firefly's entire world. So they would take that firefly away from everything that it knew. They would take their fireflies away from the environment, the other fireflies, its natural life cycle, and trap it in a small little jar until they died. And when the fireflies were no longer of use, they would just toss them. It's pretty sad. It's one of the reasons why fireflies' numbers are dwindling. Fireflies should be free. Fireflies should be with other fireflies. All of other fireflies. One day, babies. One day, Papa and Grandma Uncle Gabe, Auntie Ducky, Auntie Roro, and maybe Lilo. I can't promise Lilo because Lilo's 13, and we all know that she's aging fast. So if you're here soon, she'll probably be here. But after a while, she won't. But she loves you nonetheless, just like the rest of us. So, from one firefly to another, Nia and Kenton, we love you, and we're here for you. And one day, when you come home, we'll give you great big hugs, pancakes. All these guys and more will be sitting here waiting for you. Whether it means you're playing with them or your kids. We'll be here for you because we love you. And you deserve to be